Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie. Welcome back if this is not your first visit here. This week we will be doing an oracle card and a crystal card reading with some Akashic keywords that I have received from the Akashic Records this week. This week being November 7th through the 13th, 2021. I was just looking at my calendar as I said that, and it is nearly unbelievable, but it is happening. So we are, by the end of this week, midway through November, which just seems absolutely crazy. But it is true, according to my calendar. So let's start this week with our 3 Akashic keywords. We'll talk about the decks I'm going to use. So for the crystal energy this week, I'm going to use the Healing Crystals deck number 1. For our Sunday energy, which I like to kind of separate out from the rest of the week, if you've noticed, and give us a good running start at the week, a way to set up our energy in the best way possible. So we're going to use Colette Baron Reid's Spirit Animal Oracle for Sunday. And then for the rest of the week, we will use the Oracle of the Fairies this week. So I feel like this week's energy is a little different. That is just kind of intuitive information I'm getting from the Akashic Records as I'm working in them throughout the week. The keywords did, I was having that kind of feeling that it was a little different energy, and then the keywords that I received confirm that. So we'll see what comes up in the cards, but let's talk about the 3 keywords this week. And this week there are more phrases than words. So the first one that came out was mental chatter. And when I asked the records to clarify, it was many of us, and these are general readings, so not everything's going to resonate for everybody, and not everybody's going to be going through the same thing at the same time. So take what resonates with you and just kind of discard the rest. Use your own intuition and discernment, powers of discernment for this. So the first one that I received was mental chatter, and when I asked about it, it was many of us are too much in our minds. Rehashing, going over and over things, things that we maybe even thought of as positive aspects of creation, in that they were projects or things we wanted to get back into or get off the ground, that sort of thing. But we've gotten caught up in this mental chatter instead of actually taking steps toward these creations. We're kind of stuck in the ruminating or stuck in the planning phase. And I think that's really natural at this time in history, energetically and historically, because we've been, many of us literally have felt stuck over the past couple years because of pandemic restrictions and that sort of thing. We've either been quarantining or isolating in some way. So, it's natural to kind of be more in our minds than in our physical bodies during a time like that. But with the guidance we've been getting over the past couple weeks, it's time to move out of that. So I think this week the energy that comes in is one more of a reminder of stuckness. We're not actually stuck. We're not in the stuckness, but it's a reminder that we might still have some of those patterns in place, which is interesting given the next phrase that came out, which is loop patterns. So, we may still have some old patterns in place, or some not even necessarily old patterns like childhood patterns or really anything long-term. These are patterns that we created very readily over the past couple years. We adapted very easily to this time, and they've just kind of become our natural way of being. So being more in the mind, being more in planning stages. So you may find that you've been making more lists or getting more organized, or, these are good things, but it's time to move out of those planning stages, out of the mental chatter, out of the loop patterns of going over things and saying, okay, I'm just going to do it, even if it's wrong, what I perceive to be wrong. And it's not, as long as you're taking action steps, there's no wrong. But even if it's something I perceive to be incorrect, or I wish I would have done it differently later, it's okay. Things can change. So, this is the time period of let's just do it. Let's just get going. And that's, I think, what the Akashic Records told us last week. So this week, maybe falling back into some remnants, energetic remnants of patterns we were in, that mental chatter, the loop patterns. But then the third phrase that came out was fresh starts. So we're still on the heels of that energy that's been coming in. We're still riding that wave of creation. It was a really strong new moon energy last week. And that's the overriding energy. So this week is about reminders of how things may have felt, but we're not in that energy anymore. So we have moved forward and we're ready for these fresh starts. So overall, I like it, but be prepared possibly for some reminders of stuck energies to come in and then go, okay, I recognize you, but you're not my reality now. I'm ready for these fresh starts. So let's talk about our crystal energy that came out. I did draw all the cards. I have not looked at them. So this week, our crystal energy is green calcite. So I like this with the fresh starts energy. Green calcite is connected really strongly with the heart chakra. So living our truth, living from that heart center. And its 3 keywords are emotional balance, healing, and release. So perfect for this week. We're still in kind of healing mode. We're still cleaning up our energies, discerning what our right path is. But we're kind of leaving this stuff in the past, releasing those things we don't want to carry forward with us. So the mantra or affirmation you can use with green calcite this week is, I find pleasure in the simple joys of life. So this is really, really perfect. I find pleasure in the simple joys of life is all about getting out of that mental chatter, out of those loop patterns and into those fresh starts. This is really kind of I know we're in fall in most of the world, but, or where I live, but this is like a very springy energy, a very rebirthing kind of energy, fresh starts. So, and saying that things can be simplified. I find pleasure in the simple joys of life. So not overthinking, not going into those patterns, not looping things, ruminating and having that mental chatter, not buying into that anymore. So then our Sunday card. So this would be November 7th, and this is our energy that we will use to kind of set ourselves up in the best way possible for the week. Also perfect. It's grasshopper spirit. So same energy as that green calcite, same kind of fresh starts. And grasshopper says, take a leap of faith. So, right, that's getting out of it. It's also kind of leaping away from the mental chatter and the energies. And leaping is an action step. You know, it's a big one. So leaping out of that energy we've been in into the new space. So grasshopper says you are at the precipice of this fresh start, of that third key phrase that came up this week. You are at the precipice of the fresh start. You are also ready to you're not going like along like this, you're leaping up. So you're ready to up level your life. This is an upgrade. And stay in the intuition this week, not the ego. Stay in that heart center this week. So those are very connected and very connected to the 3 phrases we got this week. So I love this. Take a leap of faith. Then our Monday energy that comes out from the Oracle of the Fairies is the Magical Gateway. And the Magical Gateway says it takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown. Yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. So isn't that a leap of faith? It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. That is the exact same energy as a leap of faith. So, it's also magical gateway is kind of like, what did I just say? We're on the precipice of this fresh start. So a magical gateway is saying, okay, I'm ready to step through that doorway. I can see that it's time to move forward. So both of those kind of the taking a leap of faith energy. I love this. Tuesday, we have the healing card. So this is the same as the crystal energy. That was one of the keywords on the green calcite was healing. It says, now is a time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. So we have our kind of rainbow energy there too, which is super healing. And a lot of people receive rainbows as kind of signs from passed over loved ones, people that are on the other side, or even animals that are on the other side. So maybe watching for rainbows this week if that's a sign for you. But the healing, you know, this isn't deep stuff that we have to dredge back up. That's not the type of healing energy we're in this week. This is healing in that we're recognizing we don't need to keep the same thought patterns. Healing in that we recognize it's easy to move forward. Healing in that we have true faith and belief that what we have worked on creating is right there waiting for us. So that kind of healing, that kind of stepping forward, that leap of faith energy. And then Wednesday, we have the wisdom card, and it says, have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with any challenges. So this one has a depiction of a white owl on it, which is very much kind of the energy of wisdom coming in to help you. But I do get the message that this is that same energy I just talked about having faith that you know what you've been working on is right there waiting for you. So with the healing card being right before that on Tuesday, it says, trust in the wisdom that's available to you. We are doing some healing work. We are kind of sweeping out these last remnants of energies or reminders of energies of the way we used to be, the way we used to think, the way we used to behave, the patterns we used to have. We're sweeping those out using this newfound wisdom that we have, using this faith and trust that's available to us. So then on Thursday, we have Wish Wisely. And this card says, use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps toward making your dreams come true. So this, again, is talking about those action steps, about those fresh starts, about freeing yourself from the mental chatter and the loop patterns and saying, okay, it's time for a new way of doing things. And how do I want to do that? And we've been connecting with that energy for months now. So we are familiar with how both ways feel to us, the old and the new. And this is saying, I am wishing, I have healed, I am using this wisdom that's available to me. And my wish is to move forward in the new energy. So that's our energy, wish wisely. And that is just what we always talk about, which is, putting into our void the things that we want to create more of. And if you're an Abraham Hicks follower, what I refer to as the void, what always comes to me as the void, is the same as the vortex that they speak of. So, what are you putting in there? It's all there. It's all there available to you. It's just getting into that space of alignment where we can bring it into our physical reality. So wish wisely is about bringing those creations that we have made available to ourselves energetically, making those available in our physical reality. So wish wisely, and still keeping our thoughts on that mental chatter and not allowing our thoughts to get out of control. So this week also, if you need to do maybe more meditation, things that keep your thoughts focused, those are going to be really helpful for making your wishes the wisest they can be and making the action steps that you're taking the most productive and fruitful for you. So then Friday we have, this is perfect. Friday we have the New Beginnings card, which is the same as Fresh Starts. So it says, this fairy godmother heralds the joyous news of a new baby or the birth of a cherished idea. Protect and nurture your ideas as you would a baby. So, new beginnings are the same as the green calcite energy. New beginnings are fresh starts. New beginnings follow a leap of faith. This is all very cohesive energy this week that we're working on. So then Saturday, I always look on Saturdays to say, okay, well, what did that get us? Like if we followed all this guidance all week, if we were aware, if we were self-aware and we really paid attention and we focused our thoughts and we created our own reality, what does that get us at the end of the week? What did all that focused intention get us? And it gets us celebration, which is the perfect card. So Saturday, being mindful of all these things all week and really knowing that we are co-creating with the divine our own reality. And we are participants in the action steps that are necessary to create this. What does that get us on Saturday? It gets us celebration. It says, get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out and dance and play. An invitation could be on the way. So this could, for some of you, be an actual sign that you'll be getting invited to something, but for many, it's just a lighter energy by Saturday, saying, yeah, I can get used to this new way of being. I do know how to create things. I do know how to monitor my thoughts so that they are more beneficial to me, and things unfold more easily for me. So, knowing that you are creating all of this for yourself, it's a time to celebrate. It's a time to say, yeah, I did good this week. So, let me know what you're working on. Let me know how your week goes, and I will see you all next week.